I hear you were one of those annoying kids that were very good at every sport you played.
I used to love every sport, no matter what. Yeah, I don't know if I was annoying, but yeah, I was
No,
I was
not
always
for you, because you win.
yeah.
But
But no, I just found that I was an all-round athlete that enjoyed every sport and wanted to win at everything.
and of course you played against your brothers.
Mhm.
One is 4 years younger, and the other one is 4 years older. So really good competition there.
Yeah.
But you still won mostly.
Yeah.
Do you know what way for Tyler to actually beat you sometimes? You know what he had to do? Do you remember having been beaten by him at anything?
Not really.
How about that?
He's a better swimmer than me.
Okay.
He's a better swimmer than me. He's smarter than me. But when it comes to like football, tennis, stuff like that, when we go on holiday and we play head tennis or just normal tennis or anything like that, I always win.
No chance. Okay. He said he cheated sometimes, but I don't know if that took him anywhere.
No, it didn't work.
Not really.
No.
So it was tennis, head tennis. At tennis, you could have been a professional.
No, I weren't that good. No. I just play in off season. I think it's good still for fitness as well. You run around a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, I still play in the off season. It's probably my favourite sport other than football.
Yeah. You watch it. You watch it
Yeah.
live as well as.
Yeah, when I can. Yeah.
All right, Davis Cup. You know who's running the next Davis Cup?
No.
Gerard Piqué.
Really?
So if you want a VIP pass, you just need to give him a call. But yeah, you say swimming, basketball as well.
Yeah, I can't really watch it because the timings aren't
But you
really
play
the
it?
best. But yeah, not like properly. But if there's a net and a ball, then like me and my friends will play it and just mess around playing it. Yeah.
All right. So you're talking about holidays. That's the kind of holidays that you would do. Do you still are like that when you go super active and then do all kinds of sports? And
Yeah, 100%. I hate going on holidays that are just boring and sunbathing and there's nothing to do. That's not the type of holidays that, as a family and like friends that we like to like be playing games, doing sports, going to water parks, stuff, just doing fun stuff, going to the beach, messing around. Yeah, just having fun. Mainly competitive as well, making it a competition.
It sounds like after a long season, what everybody wants, and I think I include myself and journalists too, is rest. You travel a lot, you've done a lot, but you're 21, you're full of energy. You feel that you still got that kind of thing that you want to do more than think or do more than stop.
Yeah, obviously I understand that the rest is important. That's why it's not so strenuous. But in terms of having a game of head tennis with friends for half an hour, 45 minutes is a good time. Really not doing too much, and you're still getting the rest in. It's always about recovering in the mind, but it's difficult because 11 months out of the season, your mind is fully on football, so that's the way you're programmed, is to just think about football. And when you're on holiday, it's like there's no competitions going on, there's nothing going on, you feel lost. Mm-hmm. So you try and find football in a different way, and that's by playing it.
Who'd you go on holidays with?
Probably two groups of us. There's probably me and my friends, like my age, and then I'll go on a family holiday as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the friends are the friends that you always had?
Yeah.
Since when? Since you were
young?
5, 6?
Well, I have friends my age. I have probably 2 or 3 my age, and then 2 or 3 the same age as my older brother. So there's about 6 of us.
From the district, or from the academy, or from the football?
One's from football, and then the rest. One's obviously my brother, one's my cousin, and then the rest are just really, really close friends.
You're from West Derby.
Yeah.
Is that where you lived the first years of your life?
Yeah, I lived there until I was 17.
17. So what was the street like, and the area, and?
On a match day, very busy, because that was the main road going from maybe like the motorway or anywhere really. That's the road that you get to Anfield from. So every match day it would just be traffic outside the house non-stop, and then obviously after the game finished we'd be going back the other way. It was a lot of traffic, but because we live right on the main road. So the only place we didn't have like a close or a quiet road to go and play. We were literally on a main road, a dual carriageway. So we had to play in the front garden or back garden, or we had a park across the road, because Mum didn't really like to let us go out of her sight. So every now and again she'd come out onto the front and look across the road and see us in the park, keep her eyes on us. But other than that was all we done.
Okay. The park, was it a park, a plain level field, or was it a difficult one to play in?
It's not a massive park, it's quite a small park. There's like obviously your swings and stuff like that, and then there's grass here and there with a few trees, and you just use the trees as goals or your jumper or anything like that. And
do you take anything from that way of playing, from that pitch, from the way you had to deal with those circumstances? Do you take anything of that into your game?
I think it helped me because I was playing so much. I think when you're young, you don't realise that you're actually practicing and that you're getting better, but the more that you play, it works hand in hand. The more that you do something, the better you're going to get at it if you keep practicing. And without knowing it, I was playing so much football every single day that I was actually getting a lot better all the time. I was normally playing with my big brother's friends as well, so I was playing with a lot older lads who would push me around, kick me, because I was probably better than them. They obviously used their physicality to get the upper hand on me, and that was something I had to deal with and try and outsmart them and think outside the box to beat them.
You're talking about developing your game without even realising, but at 6 you were at the academy. Do you remember that first day?
Yeah.
And your face has just changed. You're all of a sudden smiling, so it must have been a happy day.
Yeah, because it was a weird coincidence, to be fair. So just like a normal day at school, it was coming up to maybe a half term, and there was like a summer camp going on at the academy. They sent 6 or 7 invites to my school, so I think it was for like local schools in the area to encourage kids to play football and grassroots football and stuff like that.
So it wasn't so much they weren't picking the best, they were just allowing.
No, it was just allowing kids to play football and be involved in football and encouraging young players to play football. So that's how the invite got given, and then obviously the teacher said who wants to go, and every person's hand went up in the room. So yeah, names were picked out of a hat. Luckily my name was there.
Wow.
Yeah, I went down on maybe like the Saturday with Mum. I was nervous as anything. Excited but nervous, couldn't sleep.
But you thought it was like a trial. If you were accepted that day, you'll be in the first team of Liverpool a few years later.
Not really, but I thought, no, not that serious. But I thought, like, there's going to be coaches with like the Liverpool tracksuits. It's going to be, I don't know whether there're going to be players there, because at that age you don't know whether first team players are going to be there, what players are going to be there, how it's going to be, if you're going to fit in. I was nervous to see whether I was good or not. I just wanted to go and play football.
And you couldn't sleep because you were thinking what you had to do as well. Like, when I get the ball, I'll just be dribbling everybody so they notice me. Yeah,
because at that age, I didn't really like the drills, like stop-start drills. I just wanted to play. Yeah. So I was thinking, hopefully it's not like skill drills and stuff like that. I just wanted to play football, play games and win. So yeah, I went down in the morning, and then I think it was within the first hour or so, the one of the members of staff went over to my mum and spoke to her and said, can you start bringing them up 2 or 3 times a week? And then from then, and then because I weren't even playing Sunday league football by then, that was literally my first ever time of.
You were only 6. You couldn't just play in a team yet.
No, but I think I play under. You play under 7s. You start out under 7s. Yeah.
No, but I mean, you couldn't play Sunday league. Oh, yeah, of course you can.
We could have, but I can't remember why. I can't remember why I hadn't started. But yeah, so we started there. One of the scouts at the time had a team, Sunday league team, and said if you want to come and play more football, you can come play there. Went there as well. So yeah, that's when it all started. And since that day, been a Liverpool player.
Your mum took you to training. Was your mum usually the person that took you to training?
Yeah, because Dad lived in London, so it was just me and my 2 brothers and Mum. Obviously, my two brothers were in football as well, so it was very difficult in terms of timings who went where, because a lot of the games went on at the same time, but Mum couldn't be at 3 matches at once, so people had to sacrifice. Different games had to be sacrificed. Mum, because me and my older brother used to play on like the same league, so I'd play my like under 8 game at one time, and he'd play his under 12 game at one time at the same time. So Mum would have to keep going in between matches and keep walking my little brother to different games.
Do you know the statue that I'm missing in a stadium, an iconic stadium? The statue of a mum.
Mm-hmm. They do all the hard work, the parents.
Or a dad, yes,
Mm-hmm.
or the parents. So that's 2004, and and you 6. You start doing those drills, because in the academy you start doing the things that perhaps you're not comfortable with, but that gives you structure, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
When do you don't stop enjoying it, but at what point you start thinking, oh right, this is serious?
It was late. I just enjoyed it. I always enjoyed it for many years. It went until I was 13, 14. No, when I was 12, I think I was given a 4-year contract, and then only a few in my age done that. So it was like, yeah, they have trust in me, they have faith. I'm one of the best players in the group, but I still just enjoyed it. And then it was more 12, 13, when we went to secondary school. That's when.
But what happened at that point?
I was 12, 13, year 8 it was. And the academy just started like a scheme of bringing players out of school for 2 days a week in the afternoons. So they missed the afternoon lessons to go and train. So you train in the afternoon, then you'd have a rest for 2 hours, 3 hours, and then you train in the evening again. But the school I was in at the time were reluctant to let me go. They wanted me to focus on education, and Mum and Dad always drilled into me that education came before football. If I was ever misbehaving in school, then football would suffer. So if one day I was naughty in school, then that evening I wouldn't be able to go training. So it was always education first. That was always the foundation for me. So when I was in year 8 and the school wouldn't let me leave, Mum and Dad made the choice of changing school to allow me to play more football and do a bit less education.
Turning point of your life and your career is at a point to say, all right, not only this is about to become professional, also now everybody's looking at me, no? Mm-hmm. Everybody's putting this responsibility on me, and you were happy to take it on board. Yeah,
I was thinking it's more football to play. I was thinking I'm missing more lessons in school and playing more football, so I was happy to do that. But a lot of the hard work had to come with that, with catching up, school work. There was a lot of long days I weren't getting until 7, half 7, 8. Then having to do homework, and then having dinner, and then going straight to bed. It was the same cycle for the whole of secondary school. It was difficult.
No more park games?
Not so much in the park, but in the front garden, back garden, I play near enough every day still, because that was probably the football that I enjoyed the most. Mm-hmm. Because it was literally, there was no pressure, there was nothing on results and stuff. There's no rules. We can make our own rules. Yeah. You can have a joke, you can have banter. There's no coaches that are judging you and stuff like that. You feel as though you can just be yourself and play. You
say your parents gave you, imposed on you the importance of education, of course. I heard stories like your mom bringing the club and saying, he's not going because he didn't have his tea or something like that. Mm-hmm. That's true then?
Yeah, but there was, like I said, when I was misbehaving in school, then I wouldn't be able to go training. Mum would call the coach and say he's not training tonight.
And in another occasion, they even sent a teacher with you to one of the international tours. Yeah. I feel so sorry for that guy. Because was he on his own all the time, apart from the moment he was with you? Because he's different age to everybody else.
Yeah, that was difficult. I think that was the under-17 Euros. And yeah, I had exams at the time. It was at the end of the season. It was in about April, May, so I had my GCSEs as well, which are important. I couldn't miss them, and I had international duty as well. So I had to sit a few exams with it during the tournament, and I had to have a teacher there.
He was actually examining you as well.
Yeah, there was an examiner there as well. Yeah.
Your mate was examining you.
No, we weren't a friend. No.
All right.
There was someone from the exam board.
So it was a proper exam then.
Yeah.
All right, and you passed them.
Yeah, passed them.
There you go. So a lot of people wonder why, when you're 21, you are as mature as a 40-year-old sometimes, and it is partly because from the moment you're 6, you have to take a decision about your life already. From the moment you're 13, there's another choice to be made. At the moment of 16, clubs decide if you are going to be a professional or not, and destroys kids' dreams.
Yeah.
You have to go through all that. On the way there are people that get left behind. Perhaps players that you felt, this guy's going to be better than me, but something happened and it didn't get there. Can you think of many that you've been with?
Yeah, there's so many that were probably the best player at that age, 13, 14, 15, and then other players' abilities just start to catch up with them. They start to fall off, and it's obviously it's difficult to see, but at the same time you need to stay focused and focus on yourself. So yeah, but that's part of football. You see that from the age of 9, even you see that from the age of 9 when each year you get given a 1-year contract, and some players don't, and they get released and they have to go and find another club. So from as early as you can remember, that it's normality.
And it's hard when you're a kid. But do you want to give an homage to any of the kids that were with you? You thought, man, your talent, you should have made it, or you were so good, and I admire you. Any of the kids that you had those years that didn't make it?
Like I said, yeah, there's so many. There's a lot of lads who were in school with me that were fantastic talents. There was a lot of people that I played against as well. A lot of players for England that have done the same. But like I said, it happens from such an early age that it starts to become normality, and I suppose the further along you get and the closer you get to reaching the ages of professional contracts and starting to get paid and it becoming actual work, then the harder it becomes to take that difficulty. But a lot of the lads are still playing football, they're still trying to chase the dream, and that's something that is obviously really, really rewarding to see.
What kept you where you are while others couldn't get to that level? Have you analysed that? Have you thought about that?
I always got told I had a lot of potential, and I never ever wanted to waste that, because I understood that other people weren't getting told that. So I think it was for me the fear of wasting potential, and like you said, seeing people at the age of 14 being the best in the country, and then by the age of 16 they're not getting a game. That was always something that I feared, because I was always one of the players who would play a lot of games, and I always wanted to play a lot of games. And I say one game I didn't play, I'd start to question myself, start to question why, what am I not doing right. And some players don't ask themselves them questions and get on with it. But for me, it's always been about evolving, getting better, and having that hunger to succeed.